Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Wow. We're back.
And it's like, how do you start this, right? Because the last time we were here, Michaela, it was, God, was it like our first week back into the new year?
Yeah. Yep. It was like the first-ish.
Or just second week. It was the second week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Something like that.
And
guys, it's just like, what's going on? Okay.
Here's the thing. January needs to take a hike. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
January, here's the thing.
It's the worst month, I've decided. And everyone who has a January birthday, you deserve better.
You deserve a better month. I just think that should be the top of our new president's priorities, is to change January as a month.
Right.
Get rid of it.
Stop
Go
changing
right to February.
what people's genders are considered and start changing January.
Thank you.
To not being a month anymore, because I feel like every bad thing.
Oh my God. I can't even. Yeah.
So many bad things happen in January.
Oh God.
If you guys are not, I mean, you guys know, listen, the fires were horrific. Our absolute hearts, minds, souls go out to everyone who was affected by this.
And we all know somebody. Like, if you don't,
everybody knows somebody who's
if you know Michaela and I, then you know someone who is affected by it in the second degree. Like, we know so many people. Yeah. It has been so gut-wrenching and devastating to watch. Essentially your hometown. Like, this is like places we grew up. Like, this is our home areas, and just completely burned to the ground. It is gut-wrenching. It is devastating. I will say the help and the donations and the community that has come together, I have never seen anything like it. Like, ever. Brian and I were talking about this. He's like, I have lived through so many of these tragedies. Katrina, which was a pretty up there. I mean, I would say this is pretty level-headed with Katrina as well.
For sure.
And he was like, I've never seen community like I have with Los Angeles. Kayla, you've been driving around like every weekend, any free time you get, picking up donations, dropping them off to people. It's been sad to see, but amazing to see how LA has really come together. And I think that I don't know. It's very interesting.
I think, well, it's like I posted something on my page where it was like, this LA is a place that you can build your dreams here. There's not a lot of places in the world that you can go. And I think that it gets such a bad, weird rap. And listen, you guys know, I have said it on this podcast 1,000 times. The people who I know from LA, the people that I know in LA, 9 times out of 10 are going to be the coolest people.
Yeah.
But anywhere you go, you're going to run into people who are not great. It doesn't matter whether you're here or you're in Wisconsin or New York or in another country. It's like, there's no like one place where everyone is amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
And I also think I keep seeing, so much online that's like, oh, LA, like they're wealthy, they're rich, they can just rebuild. LA is not just all, like, people who lost their homes are not all just wealthy, rich people who can rebuild. You look at Altadena, you look at, it's like, first of all, it doesn't negate the fact that this is devastating. And I think that like we live in a world right now where it's like, it doesn't matter if you're a multimillionaire or not at all, it's still devastating and you're allowed to still feel that pain and that hurt. And I think it's really horrible to say you're not allowed to feel it that much because XYZ.
Yeah.
And it affects
people
everybody.
how to handle a devastating event, as we know, as people who have experienced a devastating event, it's probably one of the most fucked up things you can do.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to handle something the way that they want to handle. And like you said, a lot of people are not from these wealthy communities. Altadena is a working class area.
Yes.
It was one of the first like all Black neighborhoods. It was one of the first places. A lot of the homes there have been passed down through generations. It's not like these people came into money and went and bought homes. It's like these are their grandparents' home that they were able to get by that being handed down to them. And like, thank
Yeah.
God they were, because as we all know, like real estate is very hard to come by, and it's probably not something that a lot of them would have been able to do in this current, climate. So I don't know, just it's been heartbreaking. It's been also uplifting to see people coming together in the community, and
I literally just feel
stuff.
like it's so funny because it's actually not funny. None of this is funny.
Hunter's laughing
But
her
if you
ass
don't
off.
laugh, you're going to literally cry. As you know,
Mhm.
if you're new here, you know, this is just a saying we say. But it's like, I feel I haven't posted on Instagram, my Instagram feed, in over a month. I
Yeah.
haven't done like a personal story in weeks because
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Besides, I mean, I posted stuff for the fires, I
Of
posted
course.
donation links and stuff like that. But like, as far as like me talking to the camera, I'm like, there's so much going on. There's
Yeah.
so much that has happened in January that I'm like, I can't even really wrap my head around it. We just celebrated, our little brother's birthday. My house got hit by the neurovirus slash stomach flu for the last
Mm.
week. And my mom was visiting and she was down and out for 2 days, which took time away from us being together. We
Yeah.
have a new president in office. I mean, literally, I'm just like, okay, February can't come fast enough.
Mm.
It's just
2028 can't come fast enough, but yeah,
the what?
definitely. Said 2028 can't come fast enough, but yeah,
That I can't
definitely
even. Now, one thing I want to
February.
say, if you are stressed about the election, not the election, if you're stressed about the next 4 years, one thing that I did, and I told Michaela this, is like, if you want to consume less political content, you
Yeah.
can actually go to your Instagram and go to your content preferences. And it has a button to either say more political content or less political content or just standard.
Right.
Go and do less,
Right.
because otherwwise it is just all
It's going to be rage bait city for the next 4 years
yes,
is
it
the
already
thing.
is in the last
I need
24
everyone to
hours.
understand this. It is going to be rage bait city for the next 4
Yes.
years. It is going to be headlines that are going to want you incensed. They are going to want you mad. They're going to want you clicking. None of this is for the benefit of our country.
Yeah.
All of this is to make money for
Mhm.
these websites, for these news outlets.
Yeah.
That's the
As you
only
saw in the
reason.
inauguration, the 4 people who were standing behind our current president were
Are
the
billionaires
wealthiest people in the entire world,
in
and then
media.
behind them was the
Were the
cabinet,
right.
which is
Which, by the way,
crazy.
I need everyone to like take a pause and go Google what oligarchy is, and then you can come back and we can
Yes.
discuss what the fuck is going on in this country. But what I need everyone to understand is yes, do that, what Hunter said. Go to your preferences, say less political content. 2, think critically when you
Mhm.
see these things. Okay.
Yeah.
Understand that this man is going to want to the more he upsets us as the left leaning, the more he excites the right. So,
Yeah.
as much as I want everyone to stay in a state of wanting to defend what we've worked hard to maintain, we also cannot give in to this state of being constantly enraged because it's exhausting and they want us to be mad.
Yeah.
They want us to be enraged because then we get exhausted and we get
Yeah.
tired.
Well,
And
you
we've
just
got to
yeah.
bear down for the next 4 years.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
tired. I mean, I'm
you're
we've
like, I'm
been
already
bearing
tired.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
And
been
it
bearing
is.
down
It's like,
and we're going to have to bear
yeah.
down. And, but you know what? Another thing that I saw today was, and I shared it in my stories, but that nothing that we are about to face is anything we haven't faced before.
That's true. I did see that, and that did
Not
yeah.
one thing that we are about to approach is a boss we haven't fought and defeated before.
Right.
And
We
that's
are merely
progress.
David, as
We are
if I could be
David,
mom.
if you can be mom. Always with the David Goliath reference.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 references in the Bible that I
That's
always hear, and that's absolutely one of
it's
them. And the
Alpha,
other one
Omega,
is Job.
and
It's
Job.
that, it's Job, and it's that.
Um,
And that's it.
one thing you just said, which I think is very important, is critical thinking. I was shocked that people didn't see with their eyes about the whole TikTok ban, how this was
Yeah.
gonna play out in 24 hours. I was like, "Guys, this is gonna be done in 10 hours." Like, you're gonna be without the app for a few hours because this was created for
Mhm.
our president to become a hero.
Right.
Literally, as soon as I saw the pop-up that said, "We're working on it with President Trump," I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Guys, have no fear.
Right.
Have no fear," right? Didn't I text you that? I was like, "I
Yeah.
cannot believe, like, it's crazy," right?
Right.
So, I think it's very important to really look at things and not maybe buy into, like, mass hysteria.
That's what I'm saying is that it's going to be rage bait. It's going to be stuff that
Yes.
is we've got to
The
think
TikTok
smarter
ban
than
was
the
like
news
rage
cycle.
bait for me. I was like, "Okay, we're all gonna be out without it for like a
Bro, and
few
if I can
hours."
just say, and I did post this on my stories, the fact that I saw creators who 1 week ago were in their kitchens making pasta for firefighters, posting videos of themselves crying about TikTok being taken away. We've lost the plot. Perspective has left the building. I don't fucking care if you feel like you found community on TikTok. People have lost their entire lives. And if you're going to be somebody who is actively talking about, it's so important that we just share all the resources that we can. And then in the next breath, you're crying about an app being taken away.
I think that, like, the biggest thing is that, you know yes, that a lot of that I was like,
Give me a
just
fucking break, bro. You need to
however, I
choose
do
perspective.
understand why they were, scared based on the fact that it is so many of their jobs and the way
But
that they
you
like
cannot, and we have been saying this, and by the way, creators have been saying this since the jump, okay? You cannot base your entire career on one single app that is
not
technically
yeah,
just
certainly
for
not anymore.
enjoyment.
Not even literally, I feel like and Brian and I talk about this all the time, I feel like you can't even just do one thing anymore.
No, you
Like,
can't. But
you
also, the
really
app was not made for employment. It's not
right.
made. Neither is Instagram. None of these apps are made specifically for employment. That'd be like monster.com going down. None of these apps,
And it's next.
and it's next, and we're coming for it. None of these apps were made for anything other than entertainment. And the fact that it just so happened to turn into a way of
Right.
making money, cool, great. But the fact that people are putting so much of their lives and their futures
Yeah.
in the hands of people who can literally be like Flappy Bird style and be like, I don't want to do it anymore and just delete
Yeah, it's
it,
crazy.
but
It's
also
crazy.
get another job. Some people can't get another house for another 5 to 10 years. I don't want to hear it. Like it's so infuriating when I see people that are literally crying in the rubble of their homes because they
Right.
have lost everything. People lost their own jobs. People lost jobs in all kinds of places because businesses burned down. Like, you want to talk
I
about
know
losing jobs.
I was
It's not like
also
they can go over to Instagram and do their other job.
I was also reading that like a lot of the and we should post this too, a lot of the um like the gardeners for all these places
Yes.
and the housekeepers and things like that are also out of
Yes.
jobs. And they have some GoFundMe's and there are some stories that we should share about that too. Um,
Absolutely.
all
But this
this
is what
being
I'm
said,
saying. This is what I'm saying though, is it's like within a week's time of it is what makes me be like, what are you
yeah,
guys
but
doing?
also
I
I'm
could
not
never
surprised.
I know, but I could never possibly post in 1 week being just devastated by people losing every physical fucking thing they've ever had in their entire lives, their grandmother's ashes,
Yeah.
and then in 1 week be on Instagram literally crying because they took TikTok away. Bro, we need to get in perspective. We need to bring perspective, make perspective cool again.
Dude,
I beg of these.
make anything again, okay? That's
Make
gonna be my
everything anything.
make everything anything again. That's here's the thing. I am lost, okay? I am lost. I haven't even I'm still in 2024, December 28th. That's where my mind is right now. Yet none of this has caught up to me yet. And I think that like we're all feeling it's so overwhelming. And I always think about what is the world like, what is the world thinking? Like, what are they thinking? How do their
All
days
you
go
have to
about?
do all you have to do is go and Google Denmark times,
Oh,
Barcelona times,
that
and
might be a nice serotonin boost.
you will see that other countries are going through their own things right now. You
Oh,
will
I thought you were gonna say
see
something different.
they are though. They are. They're going through all kinds of stuff. I mean, every country is experiencing different things is what I'm saying.
Right.
So, I think it's just, but it doesn't hurt to go on these sites and be like,
Yeah.
"Okay, what do these other countries, what are they doing?" It's like because we're in America and because we don't realize that we're only 2% of the world's population, we think that this is all the be all end all. The truth of the matter is, the whole world is going through all kinds of shit. They don't have time for America and Trump. They don't have
Yeah.
time to talk about that. It's like a footnote for a lot of these news sites. And this is literally his inauguration, and it's a footnote for a
Yeah.
lot of these news outlets. I
Not you
looked at a bunch of them
trolling.
yesterday.
Not you trolling. Not
I'm
you.
trolling.
No, literally, you know that, like, and we know you're a listener, Trump. We know
Mhm.
you're a citizen.
We know his sons are
Um,
big fans of Hunter. That's for damn sure.
we know
We
that
know
for
that your
damn
photo is saved
sure.
in at least one of their roles right
We
now.
know that for damn
That's
sure.
we know that
And
your
you know
photo
how I
has made it
feel.
into one of their camera rolls,
Yeah, which is crazy.
is all I'm
Okay.
gonna say.
Um, Now, and I did text you something this morning, and you told me that it was Zuck had taken over my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, I did.
And I don't even know if I should admit this on the podcast.
I wouldn't if it were me, but this is your podcast and you can do whatever you want. I would never say this though,
Yeah. But
because
here's the
I
thing.
have a limit to
Yeah.
the things that I will
But also, I feel like
satirize.
this is a safe space where I can say
Yes, of course.
something and then move on. And this is more about
I
the
didn't know that Zuck had also taken control of your brain. I thought he had only taken
I did it.
control of your phone.
Here's the thing. We all know how we feel about this family, okay?
Yeah.
However, I will say, and you know this, Michaela, we're in the free Melania
Oh,
camp.
absolutely.
Now, here's the thing.
Absolutely.
This woman is like, listen,
I
free
just
Melania.
okay.
Here's what I'm going
What
to say.
did you text me? First, what did you
I
text me?
texted Michaela and I said, unfortunately, Melania's stylist is slaying boots down.
Right. Because
Unfortunately.
she wore one outfit
No, dude,
that wasn't
the
that wasn't a wrap dress. Because she wore one outfit that wasn't
I liked the
something
dress
that
as
the
well.
mother
The
of the
nugget.
bride would wear
I think
for
here's the thing.
once.
I think the stylist is slaying. And
Because she
maybe
wasn't
this
wearing a Diane von
is
Furstenberg floral number. Now she's slaying the house boots down. What this
I
is it's a concept of contrast. If I
well,
walk
here's the
out in the
thing.
worst thing you've ever seen, and the next day I walk out into something that is extremely chic, I am all of a sudden the most chic person you've ever seen
Right.
by
But
contrast.
let me just say this.
Mhm.
We are free Melania camp.
We're free Melania. She
My
looked
girl
like the
literally
Hamburglar
my
yesterday.
girl literally strategically wore a hat. And you cannot tell
No,
me.
she definitely it was strategic.
Everything has been strategic. And
Yeah.
like
Why do you
we
think she
love
wore
to
a
see
hat?
it.
Why do you think she wore a hat?
She didn't have to get close to her,
Mhm.
I guess, quote unquote husband.
Right. It was this.
Not even like it was literally like
It was
that's
it was
how
Lisa
you
Vanderpump's.
Mhm.
Whenever she has her big hats, she wears them so no one can get close
I
to her.
thought it was
That's her whole thing.
brilliant. I thought it was
And she
brilliant.
just was like
Yeah.
he was like, "The hat's here,
Yeah.
man's is here," and she
Yeah.
was like,
I
"Okay."
think it's brilliant.
The only thing I'm looking forward to over the next 4 years are her facial expressions, because if there's one thing a European woman isn't gonna do, it's hide how she feels on
Yeah.
her face.
And I love that I mean, literally, it is so straight. I'm
She's
like,
moving her hand away from
yep,
him. She
yep,
is rolling her eyes. She is doing
yep, yep.
faces. Listen,
And listen,
it to an extent, and I always say this, you guys know damn well Melania never signed up for this shit, dude. She just wanted to
oh
be
my
a
God,
trophy wife,
no.
married to a millionaire who could just afford her a beautiful life in America, give her kids,
And
let
now
her
look at
do,
what we did
and
to her.
now look what's
Look what
become of her.
America
She's
did
the
to
first
her.
lady and she's
She's
horrified.
horrified, dude. She's
You
literally
know she's
horrified.
horrified. She's like, I don't even like this country that much. Like,
She's
what are
horrified.
we even doing?
It's cuckoo bananas. And
It's truly cuckoo,
guys,
but you know what?
listen, we're not a political podcast. We were, and now we're not. Okay, we were,
But
and
we
now we're
couldn't
not.
not talk about the things that are going on because we're nothing if not pundits, okay?
Thank
We're
you.
nothing if not commentary on pop culture
Yes.
and bad culture.
Pop culture, bad culture.
Mhm.
Um, God, dude, yeah, crazy. And
It's crazy.
my throat hurts. I'm not even kidding, dude. Like literally, you know how this is how
Okay,
I manifest.
you've never not had a but also I do think that this is your manifestation of being stressed, is your throat hurting,
It is, and I wish it
for
was
sure.
literally anything else.
And you know what happens when you get sick? I mentally
Yeah.
also force myself to get sick, and Martin
Yes.
always calls me out of this. When he hears that you're sick, he's like, "It's only a matter of time until you are also sick," even though
Now,
we are on other sides of the country.
how far in the vicinity is your husband right now?
Close,
Okay,
close.
because I wanted you to tell the anthro blanket story, but if he's close, we'll
Oh,
have to save it for another time
I'm gonna have to save it, yeah.
because yeah,
For
I
sure,
have
because
that in
it's
my
a good
notes.
one.
It is a good one.
You could always say it.
Oh yeah, I could say it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys this story. Okay, so Michaela's husband also got sick with we don't
Mhm.
know, you know what it was,
Right,
stomach flu, who knows?
totally, right.
Um,
All the good things.
all the good things going around. So Martin got sick, and which is Michaela's nightmare and a highly big inconvenience as well. When husbands get sick, it's different. It's
It
like
hits very different.
you don't get sick.
Mm-mm,
That's a thing.
mm-mm, getting sick is
And
for the girls.
so Martin was like, of course, sequestered into the bedroom and he was throwing up and doing all the things. Like he was down really bad.
I know.
And
Mhm.
I know,
Totally.
but like you're giving me frownies, but Michaela, be so for real. You were like, what the fuck, dude? This is so annoying. And Michaela went
But
in and
who
she
isn't like that though? You know what I
no,
mean?
literally,
Like,
I'm like,
I know
stop.
everyone on here is the same.
So Michaela went into the bedroom and she saw, and you guys heard on our last episode or the last before last,
Mhm.
one of Michaela's favorite gifts from her birthday was the Anthropologie blanket that I got her. And she was like, it
Yeah.
is my blanket. No one else can have it.
Mhm.
So she went into the bedroom and saw that her very, very ill husband who had chills, was covering himself with said anthro blanket. That is horrifying. The whole sentence is horrifying for Michaela.
Horrifying.
She was in a panic,
Horrifying.
not because her husband was feverish and throwing up, but because he had the anthro blanket on his sick body. And so she texts me and she's like, Hunter, what do I do? Like, he has the blanket on him. And I was like, I mean, I guess you're going to have to wash it. But she was like, we literally talked about this for a solid half an hour
We
until we came
did.
up with a game
We
plan.
literally did, dude. We came with a game
Like it was
plan.
crazy. And so she was like, what do I do? Like, do I Clorox it? If I wash it, will it be as soft? And I was like, well, listen, it's never going to be as soft if you wash. Like, it's just not going to be
And
as
you may as well have
soft.
slapped me across the face when you said
Exactly.
that. That's how
I know.
horrified I was at
I
that
know. And I was
statement.
like, you could Clorox it, but like, you're kind of risking it, whatever. So finally we go back and forth and she's like, do I go in there and just take it and say like not the anthro blanket when he's literally so sick?
I know.
And I'm like, here's the thing. We're gonna, and this is almost a cue from our president. This is you making a problem and
Mhm.
then being the hero and the
Right.
solution. Okay.
Solving it.
So you
Yes.
were like, wait, so I told you, I said, go in and tell him, like, honey, that's not going to keep you warm enough. Like, you're cold, you're shivering, you have a fever. Use my electric blanket. That is going
Right.
to keep you so warm. You can like set the temperature. And I said, Michaela, go and tell him that. And then slyly take the anthro blanket away. So
Mhm.
now you have created the problem. He's not warm enough. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you've also created the solution. I have
Yes.
the solution of the electric blanket. Okay.
Yes.
And you come out on top because you get your anthro blanket away from fever norovirus guy. So we really came
It's
up with a game
I'm giggling
plan.
my ass off because it's horrific behavior.
Horrific behavior, but like,
Horrific behavior. But if you guys get it, you get it.
literally, like it was
The
crazy,
debate
but
back and forth between us is the best part.
it's
Because
about
I was just like, Hunter, SOS. What do I
SOS, like,
do?
what do I do? You were like, this is yeah, that was crazy.
And it worked like a charm.
We're like a charm. So really, when
So
you're in
take
that
that
situation,
if you guys need it.
create the problem and then be the solution, if
Right.
I could. Um,
I'm a
I
big
wanna
believer in it.
Yes. Yes. I want to talk about something that grates on me.
Okay.
And that is this. If someone's going to show you something on your phone, okay?
Right.
And they're like, look how funny this is. Or, oh my
Oh,
God, look how cute this is. Or I know already you're pissed,
I'm
right?
already mad.
It
I'm
has
pissed
to
already.
be less than 15 seconds long.
Oh.
If I look at the bottom of the screen and I see something that says like 3 minutes,
Oh, no, capital offensive.
I'm so pissed. If
Aggressively side-eyeing you.
And here's the thing, don't show me something 2, 3 times in a row. Don't say, "Look at this is so fun." Don't show me it more than, like, one thing, 15 seconds
I
max.
will not watch something that's longer than 15 seconds if that somebody has sent me.
No,
I won't. I will watch it on my own accord because I'm deciding
I think
that
it's rude.
I want to,
Yeah,
but I will never sit and hold the phone and say,
it's
"Hey,
rude,
what?" It's so rude because you're stuck and you're keeping them there stuck, dude. They don't have a
especially
choice but to be nice about it.
yeah, especially if you're, like, doing something on your own phone, and then it's like,
Oh,
"Look at this," and then now you're like
and then the worst part is if it's not that funny.
and, like, 90% of the time it's not,
And I've already seen it.
and you've already seen it.
No,
And so
anything that's longer than 15 seconds, I won't watch it. I won't listen to it. If you send me a voice note, I'm probably not going to listen to the whole thing. I'm going to get the gist and then that's
and you're
it.
gonna hate this, and this is in the same camp, and you're gonna hate that I'm saying this.
Okay. Okay.
I feel the same way when people show me their dogs
Oh,
or their
yeah.
cats or
Oh,
any
no,
any
but I agree.
animal.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
Couldn't
like,
care less.
they're kids I like,
That's so funny because I could care less about the kids and
and a little more about the dog.
I care more about a dog.
Yeah.
More than anything, I wanna see a video of the dog because I feel
Okay.
like most dogs maybe don't photograph as well, but in video, they're precious. Kids,
I think
your
every
kid looks like every
dog
kid I've ever seen.
I think every dog is a dog. So I literally will be
No.
like, here's the thing, unless you're literally showing me, a teacup, uh,
Right, like a teacup
Maltese
Yorkie.
that is
Yeah, right,
literally
right.
in a teacup with, like,
Or
a
like
little
a
Santa
show
hat on,
dog style poodle that has, like, the full
which is
French cut.
crazy looking, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to simply think it's just a dog, and, like,
right.
half the time it is a mutt, and it's just like,
It
"Oh
is
my
always
god."
a mutt, dude.
You
It's
know what
always
I
the
mean?
ones the people that show you their dog is always a mutt.
It's always a mutt, and it's like a brown mutt with, like, kind of, like, darker brown ears, and it's just kind
Right,
of like a mix between, like, a pit and a lab and a golden and a all
right,
the things,
right.
and you're just like,
And then every
"Oh."
time I see someone's kid, it's a mix between a man and a woman, and it
The
just has
parents.
ears and a couple of eyeballs and a bald head, and that's
I
literally
love
I
seeing a kid,
couldn't care
though.
less. I very rarely see a kid but you guys know how I feel about this.
I know, but
I very
also
rarely see a kid that I think is cute. That's actually genuinely, like, a beautiful, cute kid.
which is crazy.
But then though, if I compliment your child, I actually mean it. Like, you actually have a cute ass kid.
Yeah, I
You know
guess
what I
that's
mean?
true.
Like,
But also,
I
like,
will
I
not
think
everyone just says, "Oh, your kid is so cute." Like, "Okay, Barbara, I don't believe you though, because you say that about every kid, and I don't think it's possible." So, if
right.
you want truth about if your kid is cute, I'm gonna start rating kids, okay? Send me photos, and I'm giving you 1 to 10s, and you
Welcome to
cannot be mad
America.
if I don't give you a full 10.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I also think kids are better on video too, in the way of like their cute little
Oh
voices and
god,
like
kids are
what they
worse on video. Then you have to then
say.
their voices, then you have to hear their
Oh my
voices. Listen, Hunter, you don't understand. You don't get it because you do have cute kids, so you don't get
But
it. But
also like when people show their cats, okay. Every
oh,
cat
I don't
I've
want to see a
never
cat.
seen a cat that doesn't look exactly like another
I don't
cat.
want to see a cat in real life, in a photo, in a video.
Now
I
here's
don't
the
care
thing.
about your cat.
I've told you about the cat that like roams outside,
Yeah,
right?
I've seen it.
Yeah. That is the one cat I will spoil and want around always because a
Mhm.
cat means
Mice
no
are gone.
mice
No
are
mice.
gone. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So, and you had a little mice in your backyard
We did. We
the
had a
other
little mouse in
day.
the backyard, and Martin and I were just chilling and watching him and him doing his thing. Um,
That's crazy.
the thing that made me laugh is what I'm about
Crazy.
to say is gonna trip you out. It had a super long tail.
I I'm not kidding.
I have
I'm not kidding. I have chills. Oh my god.
I knew that was gonna gross you out,
I'm
and I kept
actually
thinking
not
it.
joking. Like, this is crazy. I'm nauseous.
I wonder what it is that, like, made you so afraid of mice.
I don't know, dude. It is such a deep fear
It
that
is
is
such a deep
so
fear.
it literally
You know what you
makes me
could
have
do? You could literally get
chills.
therapy for it, though. Like, you could get
Oh
because
god.
Lydia Millen, we talk about her in every podcast. Lydia Millen, went to therapy for her fear of spiders.
Really?
Yeah, because she's so into gardening and she was always running in and she lives out in the countryside of England. So like she's always running across spiders and she's terrified of them. Like terrified of them. So she got therapy. I think she got like I don't know, hypnosis for it. So yeah,
I should
really
I
helped
really
her with
should.
it. You
Because it
really
like
should because
it is
that
the
is like
for me, if I like oh god, I can't even it's honestly hard for me to even talk
Hunter
about.
won't even you don't even like a chinchilla because it looks somewhat like a
No,
mouse, which
dude.
is fucked because chinchillas are perfect.
No, no, dude. Here's the thing. It's like this little you know what it is? I wonder if it stems from because we grew up on like a very
Farm.
what?
We grew up on a farm.
I mean, pretty much like
Basically.
um I when I was used to nanny, I think I told the story a long time ago. One of the
Oh, yeah.
kids lost their what was it? Not like a gerbil, but like what is like those little tiny
A hamster.
hamster.
Yeah.
And it had crawled into the bedroom that I was sleeping in, and I heard it
Mm.
in the middle of the night. She had lost it, and we couldn't find it, and then she went to bed, asked me if I slept. Finally, in the middle of the night, at like 2 AM, I heard it going literally right behind the bed. I jumped out of bed. It was 2 AM. They had school the next day, and it was a sleepover because I was watching it them overnight. And I went and woke her up. I didn't care if it was 2 AM. I said, "Your thing is behind here, okay?" And she couldn't like grab
It's
it.
a bad
It's
babysitter.
bad babysitter, dude, literally. And so she couldn't grab it, and because her arms weren't like long enough, so I had to
Mm.
go and grab it. And I remember picking it up and feeling its little tiny like sternum. It's
Aw.
just like
That
this is
is
the
so crazy to
grossest
me.
thing ever. Oh my god, it's
It's just so interesting. Isn't our fears of like that so crazy?
yeah. What's your like like I guess is it rational, irrational? What's your fear?
I don't really have I'm not afraid of any like animal, bug, snake, bat situation. Like I anything like that. I think I have a normal fear of like, I don't know, a giant bear.
Yeah,
Like I
you're
have
like I
like
have a
a
fear of the sniffles.
I have a debilitating fear of having a tickle in my throat. Okay, that's my fear, dude. No, I really don't though. I've never like I you know me, like I'll just like
Yeah.
I'll grab a mouse with my hands, I'll grab a
Oh my
spider with my
god.
hands. I don't know why. I just didn't
So
never really develop that, but like I'm sure I have other things.
yeah, that's just crazy to be sitting there and then, like, just looking at a mouse in the back. I would literally start setting traps in my
He had like the biggest eyes. Like it was so wild. It was like giving cartoon character. I'm not kidding you. It was the cutest mouse I have ever seen. He was like
Did
had
you think
these
so?
huge beautiful eyes.
Were the dogs barking? They
Not at
had
all.
beautiful eyes.
Yeah,
Okay.
huge gorgeous eyes.
Oh
They
my
were
god.
stunning.
You're hitting on the mouse. That's crazy. That's absolutely cuckoo bananas.
No, Martin's not afraid of it. Neither
Does
is
Martin have any, like, irrational fears?
none. None. Thank
No?
God, because man, what an ick that would be.
God. I know, I don't like the way my husband kills, like, spiders and stuff.
Well, my husband saves spiders. So
Yeah, I know. I don't like that either, but,
I'm
I don't
like,
like
no,
the
you need to
way
kill it.
I don't like the way he kills them because he, like,
Why?
doesn't, like, go in and just he, like, goes in and it's kind of like, he doesn't wanna, like, squish it, so he kinda, like, goes around it, and I'm like, "Just can you just get it?" You know what I mean?
He's just like with a piece of paper,
No,
kind of trying to
literally.
like
I'm not kidding.
swap it off, and you're like,
Yes, and then we lose it, you know what I
yeah, and
mean?
then
It's
you
like
lose it, and then it's under your bed, and you never see it again
no, literally, there's been multiple times where
because you
we
probably
lose
ate it in
it.
the middle of the night.
We
Yeah.
lose it, and then it's like, "Okay, well, then it just is in here now."
I
It
want to
could've
know
just
what other people's like. What are your guys' irrational fears? Um, I want to know in the podcast chat. Let us know. I want to know what people's irrational fears are.
Yeah, I actually do too. I
We
always find
talked
that
about this before
very
though. Like we've talked
interesting.
about like people who are afraid of deep water, people who are afraid of like big, huge objects,
I actually
submerged in
never
water, things like
I
that.
think that, like, the fear of deep water is so real because it's like that is so wild when you think about it. Like,
So wild.
just being out in the middle of the ocean, just like what's by like swimming by me right now.
Right.
It's actually crazy. It's crazy when you
It
think
is
about
really
it.
crazy. I feel like I am not afraid of it sitting here on dry land. Some
Like
people
when you're
can't even the
curling.
thought of it. They can't even like the
Yeah.
thought of it scares them. It's not a fear for me sitting here. I would
Like,
really love to know what it might be if I was out in the middle of the ocean though,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and how I would face that. Should we
Crazy.
try?
Should we try dude, I was just thinking about how much I would, first of all, I'm saying this now, and then I'm also thinking that if I ever was on a show like Traders, they would for sure put me in a hole with like 3,000 mice
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
as
It's
like
well
a
documented that you're afraid. And
yeah,
honestly, this may be part of my whole strategy
yeah.
is no one will ever know what my actual fear is.
That's actually really smart because I was just thinking, I'm probably incriminating myself right now.
Mhm. Yeah,
That
for
being
sure.
said, would love to be on Traders,
Would love to be on
and I would
Traders.
love to be the trader, and I would
You'd
be a great trader because no one would suspect it.
everyone would suspect it if I was in there.
Yeah, they'd be like, well, that's why
If
I'm
I was in
watching this
there and I'd be like,
season.
"My sister is a trader for
Yeah,
sure."
I know you literally would at me stuff. You're like,
So fast. I'd be like,
well, this that's the thing is that I was watching this newest season. And if you haven't watched Traders, Michaela got me onto it, and
"Mm."
it is the best show on TV. And I just started this season with Brian, and
So you
Tom
know who the
Sandoval is
first
on it.
person getting kicked off was? You guys know?
No, not
You're
yet.
Oh, you don't know?
Just
No
the
one's
first
been killed yet?
episode. No,
Everyone is still on it?
I think. Well, we know who the two traders are. Maybe we didn't finish that episode, but I was thinking is, oh, if Tom Sandoval was a trader, that would be like so obvious with the first one. You
Well,
know what I
I
mean?
love
It'd be
that yeah, I loved how Alan Cummings was like, "Well, you're really good at" like
yeah,
he slammed his ass,
totally.
which is
And also, I
amazing.
want to be on that show so bad.
God, we'd be great on that show.
I know.
You should be on that show.
I love that. Um, Really quickly, can we talk about my husband drinking Pedialyte with his dinner?
Yeah, we really need to dive in on this.
This was crazy, you guys. So I mentioned that our whole house was just shook by the flu
Yep.
or whatever it was. And we had Pedialyte on deck. And now my husband can't eat dinner without a flavored drink. And
Mhm.
by the way, my husband didn't need Pedialyte. Me and my husband didn't need Pedialyte. Like, it was
Right.
for our kids. It wasn't
Yeah.
like we were diarrhea vomit. This was for our kids who were.
Mhm.
And um and he usually has like an unsweetened iced tea with dinner. He's so funny. He's always like, it's just like all we have is water, and he's genuinely pissed at this. All we have is water,
Right.
and I'm like,
Not a
okay,
water fan.
and not a water fan. He's like, there's just no flavor to it, and I'm like, and black tea also has no flavor. But anyways,
Right.
I digress. And so I walked down one day, and he was absolutely right out of the bottle with our enchiladas for dinner, drinking Pedialyte, the rest of the Pedialyte. There was like half of a bottle left. And I was like, are you drinking the Pedialyte? Like, that to me was crazy. I was like, this
That's
came from
really
like the
nuts.
like aisle 7, which was next to like the Advil and the Tylenol. Like,
Right.
this was shelved
The
for
thought of that is really it
like
is medicinal.
you only drink Pedialyte if you absolutely
You
have
have to.
to.
And if you're,
Like,
like, so sick and it's
it was
not a
crazy.
beverage. Like, I wouldn't
No.
classify it as a beverage.
No, like, you're not
It's
like
not a beveragino.
no, it's not a beverageino, and,
It
like,
isn't
you're
a
not going out and
beveragino.
about being like, "Can I have a Pedialyte on the rocks? No salt." Like,
A
like,
Pedialyte martini.
it was
That's
crazy,
crazy
dude. I know,
behavior.
I know. He will even do, like, like, he just raw dogs so many different things. He'll do anything besides drinking water. It's wild.
Well, Your husband does a lot of crazy things, one of which is having our mom bring a whole Eagles shirt all the way across the country back to me because the Eagles and the Rams played each other this past Sunday.
Yep.
And he wanted me to have the shirt so I could so I could wear it as an Eagles fan because he wanted
Once
me
the
to be
Rams
invited
lost.
to. Yes, he was like, once the Rams lose, you're going to want to be on the right team. Wrote me this like whole letter that was just so
Bridgerton-esque.
Bridgerton-esque. I was like, wow, this man obviously is in marketing in some way. And they did in fact beat the Rams, so it was a tough one.
And that was the most stressful freaking 3 hours, Michaela. Okay. Because the whole time I'm going, oh my God, and by the way, you were asleep for most of it. Thank you very much. But I literally was watching this game and my husband was yelling.
It was
And now
close. That's why it was really close. They
It was
almost
really
had
close.
it.
They played a really good
Stafford
game.
almost Stafforded his
Who
way
was
out
the
of that.
really handsome guy on the Rams? He kept coming on the screen and I was like,
What do you mean?
He's very handsome. It's not Stafford. Just look up most handsome Rams players.
I mean, they're all pretty good looking.
Was it? Let me see. Gosh.
But like, what did he look like though?
Dark hair.
Okay.
And let's see. Oh, is it Cooper Kupp maybe? No.
He's blonde.
Oh, no.
And I know you don't fuck with blonde.
Wait. Oh, wait a second. Ernest Jones, maybe?
Ernest Jones. No.
What? Who's
No.
Ernest Jones?
I mean, maybe.
My God. I
Wait,
don't know, but
it's not Jimmy G.
Not Jimmy Garoppolo, no.
Because he's on the right.
But he's
dark
also
hair.
very handsome.
Oh, he's the most, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Isn't he the one that like
God damn. I'm just looking at photos. I'm like,
damn, I know. Isn't he the one that dated a porn star? Or what?
I don't know. Probably.
No, he did. You don't remember that?
No, I don't. I literally don't know. I don't know what
wait.
his dating history is. I believe it.
Michaela.
Let's look. Okay.
Maybe it was Jimmy G.
Dated porn star who gave him rave reviews. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, you don't remember
Mia.
You don't remember when this all went down when he dated her? It was so crazy that it was such a big deal. I'm like, so what? Like, okay.
I guess because like I don't like think that that's that strange. So maybe it just didn't stick in my brain. Like I know a lot of people who have dated porn stars, and I know a lot of porn stars who have dated famous people.
You're like,
so
I know a lot of porn stars who have dated people.
I know a lot of porn stars. Looking at you,
period.
I know a lot of. I do though. Unfortunately, like it's so crazy how many I know. Not unfortunately, but like in the sense of like, I know so many that it's that for someone who has no ties whatsoever to it. But when you grew up,
we live close to the valley.
We do. We live close to the valley, which you guys don't know. It is the porn creating capital of the world.
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend used to live next to a corn house.
A corn house.
Okay, if we're
gonna censor the podcast that we put out ourselves.
A corn house too. When people say corn, it always makes me giggle.
Oh, dude, I know. It's like
he was addicted to corn.
He was addicted to corn. He's like, she's a corn star.
He was a corn addict. What if you were really like not even being facetious? You really was addicted to corn. It's so stupid.
Dude.
Oh God.
Addicted to corn. Every time I opened his laptop, he just had pages and pages of corn.
And he would hide it. And he
was always hiding the corn, dude. And we went to a therapist. We went to a corn therapist.
And she'd never seen somebody with this kind of
this level of corn.
Multitude, yeah.
Right. All different kinds of corn. Every different kind, dude. The most inappropriate corn you've ever seen.
Oh my God.
So
it's amazing
stupid.
That this podcast is free. And it's also not free sometimes because you can pay $5 a month and you can get 2 extra episodes a month, which is absolutely asinine. And then you can also get you can get the episodes.
Hunter will never be more horrified by the fact that the Patreon is such a good deal.
And and it's literally just the price of a coffee for 1 month for 2 extra episodes. It's just crazy to
Yeah.
me. But anyways, and then you get the episode.
That's annoying.
Asinine. And then
I'm
you get
dead.
the episodes a day early, and we get to hang out and chat and do all that kind of fun stuff. So go check us out on patreon.com/the Model Citizen Podcast. We also link it in our description, and go and follow us and leave a review. As always, thank you so much. And we love you, and we will see you next week. My throat hurts.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you, so please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind-the-scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.